It was supposed to be the cozy game of our dreams, a magical seaside town, a witchcraft college where you could attend classes, make friends, fall in love, and just live. The kind of world that makes you want to curl up with a warm drink and never leave. And when Chucklefish first showed it to the world, the cozy community absolutely fell in love. That was almost 10 years ago. Hi friends, Bloomavelle here, and welcome back to the Bloom Report. And today we need to talk about Witchbrook, specifically why it has taken a decade, what actually caused the delays, and what Chucklefish's own COO just revealed in her first major public interview, because some of what she said genuinely surprised me. Let me take you through the timeline quickly so we're all on the same page. In 2016, Chucklefish quietly teased a new project. In 2017, it was officially announced, but under a different name. It was called Spellbound. Then, in 2018, it became Witchbrook, and at that point, the cozy community went absolutely wild, because the comparisons started immediately. People were calling it Harry Potter meets Stardew Valley, and honestly, that sounded wonderful. Full development didn't actually begin until 2019. Then came a promised winter 2025 release window, then in October 2025, a delay to 2026. And as of right now, we still have no exact release date. So, what is actually going on? Here is where it gets interesting. And honestly, this is the part of the story I did not see coming. Chucklefish's COO, Donna Orlowski, recently sat down for her first ever major public interview. And she finally gave us a real answer about the delays. It wasn't about technical problems, it wasn't about a small team. The main reason Witchbrook has taken this long was a label. Harry Potter meets Stardew Valley. That description, while exciting to us as fans, was something the team was genuinely uncomfortable with. They didn't want Witchbrook to be a remix of things we'd already seen. They wanted to build something that stood entirely on its own. So when they went full force into development in 2019, they made a decision. Shift the focus, move away from that comparison, make something more unique. In her own words, and I quote, "When we went full on the project in 2019, we decided to slightly shift the focus from people who kept saying it's Harry Potter meets Stardew Valley to making something more unique. That was the cause of the delay." Now, I have to say I understand that, I really do. The cozy gaming space is full of games that feel like slight variations of each other. If Witchbrook had just been Stardew Valley with magic and a Hogwarts aesthetic, will we still be talking about it 10 years later? Probably not. But I also want to be honest with you. For fans who have been waiting since 2016, that is a really hard thing to sit with. Quick pause here, friends. If you have been following Witchbrook since the early days and you are still here, still waiting, I see you. Let me know in the comments how long you've been following this game, because I genuinely love this community and I want to hear your stories. And if you're new here and you want to keep up with every Witchbrook update as it comes, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'm covering this game every step of the way until it's finally in our hands. Moving on, because I don't want to leave you on a frustrating note, I want to talk about what Chucklefish is actually building now, because this part is genuinely exciting. Donna Orlowski explained that their entire focus is now on simulation, and the goal, her words, is that when players first step into Mosport, they will never want to leave. And if you've seen my previous Witchbrook video, you know how deeply they've thought about this world. The NPCs following their daily routines, the town changing with the seasons, the subtle traffic simulation, the way buildings fade as you fly overhead on a broom so you're never hidden from view. These are not just features, these are the tiny details that build something that feels genuinely alive. What they're saying now is that they went back and asked themselves, is this world good enough that players will never want to leave? And in 2019, the honest answer was, not yet. Honestly, that kind of standard, holding yourself to that bar, even when the whole internet is waiting, is rare. How cool is that, in a way? A studio that cared so much about the experience, they were willing to delay their own game, risk their reputation just to get it right. The inspiration they've drawn from Studio Ghibli, Google Street View for environmental authenticity, that tells you so much about the level of craft they are reaching for. This is not a studio cutting corners. This is a studio that went quiet because they weren't happy yet. But let me be real with you, because this video would not be honest if I only told one side. The community is frustrated, and that frustration is completely valid. Fans have sat through Nintendo Directs hoping for news. Some people found this game in secondary school and are now fully grown adults still waiting. One comment I came across said, and this genuinely stuck with me, "I first heard about Witchbrook in high school. I'm now a degree holder who's unemployed and broke." And the biggest frustration, it is not really the delay itself, it is the communication. The gaps between devlogs can feel very long. And when you have been promised something for almost a decade, silence feels heavy. What makes this interview meaningful is that Donna Orlowski stepping forward and speaking openly is a shift. It's not everything fans have been asking for, but it is something real, and it matters. Will Witchbrook make it in 2026? Honestly, I don't know. And Orlowski herself seemed to acknowledge that, noting that in business, you can completely fall flat on your face the next day. That's a remarkably candid thing to say, and I appreciate the honesty, even if it doesn't make the waiting easier. So, where does all of this leave us? Here is my honest take. I believe Witchbrook is going to be something special, not just because Chucklefish said so, but because of the evidence. Everything I've seen in the devlogs, every tiny detail they have obsessed over, every system they have built to make Mosport feel alive, it all points to a team that genuinely loves what they are making. And games made with that kind of love tend to arrive differently. The wait is real. The frustration is valid, and we deserve clearer communication going forward. But I also think the more I learn about the direction they shifted towards, the more I believe Witchbrook might surprise us in ways we weren't expecting. Not Harry Potter meets Stardew Valley, something that becomes its own thing entirely. Something that might end up defining the cozy genre rather than just fitting inside it. Let me know in the comments, are you still excited for Witchbrook? Has your feelings changed after hearing why it's been delayed for so long? Games are so subjective, and I genuinely love hearing your side. That's it for our video today, friends. I'll keep covering Witchbrook every step of the way, so if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. And as always, stay curious, stay cozy, and keep exploring. Take care!